Morning, John.
Good morning.
So, John, I wanted to ask you a question before we start talking about the cars. How did you arrive at creating cars?
Well, it started when I was in high school. I bought a 29 Chevy coupe from a guy at the Naval Air Station in Long Beach, and I've had cars ever since. I think by time uh, I got out of the Navy, I probably I had 20 cars. I buy them and fix them and sell them and fix them. And when I went to IBM, after I was in the service, a lot of the people were coming from New York and they were looking for a transportation car to go to work. So I ended up looking for Morris Minors and all kinds of these little cars that people wanted to sell, and I would fix them up and sell them for $400. I'd buy them for $150. So I did that for about a half a dozen cars, and then after I left IBM, uh, I went to work for a construction company this was in Morgan Hill, California. And about that time, I noticed that people had hot rods around, and I said, hey, I really like that. And especially I noticed one hot rod had a lot of billet stuff. Billet, aluminum, machined aluminum, door handles, and all kinds of other components. It's called billet items. So then I got all hopped up about hot rods, so I went to the good guys in Pleasanton and found a delivery that had been started but never finished, and I bought it and I took it home and I started working on it, and it turned out really nice. I won a big show in San Francisco with my little delivery. Had Mickey Mouse on the side, and my wife had done on the inside of the panels, she had done all the Mickey Mouse characters in cross stitch. Well, that was the Grand National Oakland Roadster Show, and that was really a lot of fun. So then I moved to Grants Pass, Oregon, and immediately with my little Mickey Mouse delivery, I was accepted by a whole bunch of people because there's a lot of hot rods in Grants Pass. And from then on, I just kept building one car after the other. I built the 3 cars that I built first. I eventually sold them and started building more, and then I ended up now with 4. So here again, I have to stop building and start selling some things because I'm running out of room, and I like to build them rather than just own them.
So, do you think your cabinet building experience has any influence on the way you approach building a car?
Oh, I don't think so. I got into cabinet making when I was really young. I worked in the cabinet shop every summer and every Saturday for my whole senior year, and for the last 2 or 3 years of my high school time.
Yeah.
And then after I left IBM, I was with IBM 23 years, and then I just said, I don't want to do this anymore. Had gone from a technical job to working in personnel, and that's just not me. So while I was working in personnel, I had a side job working for a construction company on weekends to do all their callback stuff. And eventually I left IBM and joined that company, and by that time I had built 2 houses while I was at IBM, so I felt like, hey, I can do this. So I worked for that company for a few years, and then I started my own company, and I did interior finish on big custom homes in the Morgan Hill area.
Yeah.
And eventually I retired and had to move so the people would leave me alone, because everybody wanted me to do just one more job. So I moved to Grants Pass with my Mickey Mouse delivery, and went to a car show, and from then on I was really connected with a lot of friends.
You mean like with Don Tippett
Yeah.
and Randy Grubb and
Yeah.
You've done quite a little bit of body work for Randy, haven't you?
Well, right now, I do body work on the side for people to pay for my hot rods.
Oh, okay. So and so you've become friends with all these guys,
Oh,
and
yes.
you've done lots of work for
I
everyone.
recently met Randy Grubb about 6 years ago, and that's been an experience in itself.
Yeah.
He's a world famous builder, aluminum items, and I get to help him once in a while.
Once in a while.
The first car he built was the deck called the Decaliner, and he had that down at Jay Leno's place, and they did a big video on it. And I did the wood in that car, all the maple paneling. And the next one he built, well, a big one like that, Randy did all the woodwork himself.
Really?
So that I thought that was admirable. And Randy Grubb is a really neat guy. The first 20 years of his working years, he built little paperweights, half-round glass paperweights with flowers inside. Everybody has seen those, and he's world famous for those. And he did that for 20 years. And eventually he started working on these big cars. Jay Leno has one. One of them is a big diesel truck type of a thing. It's called Pissed Off Pete. And everybody has seen that. You can get on Randy Grubb's garage and look at all of his projects. And knowing that Randy has been a real treat for me. It's just been an honor to know that guy.
Yeah. And then there's Don Tippett too.
Don Tippett, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. The two most popular car guys in Grants Pass probably is Don Tippett and Randy Grubb.
And John Heuring.
Well, I'm just a beginner.
All right, John. Well, listen, I very much appreciate that. That was great.
Okay.
Thank you.